Hi, hello. I'm the Queen of Daggers. I hold the cards Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your new moon reading. But first, a little shameless self-promotion. If you are new here or returning and have yet to do so, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you again, and it helps me pick up on your energy for future readings. Now, my email is in the description box should you want a personal reading of any kind. Excellent. Shameless self-promotion over? Let's do this. Aquarius, you're breaking free of something. You're breaking these chains on this coffin and you're finding some kind of hope. You're following this star. You're trying to go follow a dream, I want to say. So, oof. That's exactly what you want to hear, isn't it? Oof. So everything started out really great, really beautiful in this connection. This is some kind of connection, although it could be, you know, some kind of work. It could be friendship, it could be love. I'm kind of inclined to say love. You do have Gemini energy and Capricorn energy. Now that's energy. That's not necessarily who's involved. Although it may be in your chart, it may be in someone else's chart. I wouldn't take too much stock on, oh, it must be this person or it must be this person. It's the vibe. Awesome. But there's some hesitation. There's a lot of hesitation with picking back up this sword. Because for a while you were focusing on how this didn't work. Now I think maybe you felt isolated. Maybe something didn't work out here. But it's almost as if you're getting over that. However, still on your mind is the fact that something didn't quite work out. Maybe you've lost some friends, or these could have been coworkers that you miss now. It could have been a love situation. Definitely could have been a love situation. And it just didn't work out. Another way we can look at this is you're out of balance with yourself. You're out of balance with yourself, and you're trying to get out of that. You're trying to focus on what's good and not everything that fell apart, which is exactly what I want for you, Aquarius, because the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. Now there are things that you haven't mastered, things that you want to master. You might feel like you don't have the right tools, and that's really bothering you. You may feel like you don't have anything to offer right now as you get out of this. That may have also kept you in this fear of not having anything that you can give, not having anything you can show for all the work that you've put into something. And that's going to drive you insane. If you keep focusing on that, you'll just lose your mind and focus on nothing else. There may have been some kind of addiction that's been holding you back. Now that doesn't necessarily mean drugs or alcohol. That can mean, you know, an addiction to Netflix or food or overthinking or negative thoughts in general, or even just a certain situation, a place that you always go to that isn't in your best interest. It's something wasting your time. The devil can mean a lot of things, and while the devil's very fun at parties, not so fun in reading. I think whatever you were working on in the past, you're over it. It wasn't working out for you. This could be a job, it could be a hobby, it could be a side project, a side hustle. Again, it could be a loving situation, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You haven't completely started something new, though. You've got the idea, but you're kind of waiting on it. You need to find the balance. You need to find the balance within yourself and within your life versus what you're trying to start up. Because you can't go forward with your ideas until you don't. You'll just feel like you're constantly putting effort into whatever this was instead of putting effort into what counts. And because of that, you'll just continue to feel like you're at a loss. Like you can't win. But the thing is, part of the reason I don't think this is a love situation is because you have the Nine of Cups here. So you've got some kind of emotional fulfillment here, and while you are alone with it, that's not necessarily bad. Sometimes we need to be alone. Sometimes that's the greatest benefit to us. Sometimes you need to take a period of solitude so you can truly appreciate what it's like to be around others. This is a decision you have to make. Now you may also be looking for advice from someone. This can be a mentor of some kind. It could also be a boss. It could just be someone with a little more knowledge than you have on something. And with the Magician in reverse, that's definitely something worth seeking out, because it'll give you this sense of completion. It'll help you reach your goals. And you are the first person to get the Chariot upright. Everybody's been getting the Chariot in reverse. Very proud of you, Aquarius. I would also like to mention that all the cards kept trying to come out in 4s, from the Lenormand to the Oracle cards to these. Everything wanted to come out in 4s. So I strongly recommend you look up the number 4 and what that means for you. Especially 444, because these are the only cards that didn't want to come out in 4s. Those wanted to come out in 2s, which is kind of convenient because I was only pulling 2 for everyone. But again, back to this. You're the only person who has a Chariot upright. I love to see it. You're moving forward to getting yourself out of this, which is very clear over here. You're breaking these chains in this coffin and you're going towards something good. You might not see that yet. You might not see that yet. But you will. That's the thing. You will. Okay. I'm going to level with you. You need to focus on what has to be done. What kind of work you really need to do. That's the only way you're going to see this done, is if you acknowledge what needs to be worked on and start going towards it, and stop overthinking things, because that's what you're doing. You're overthinking things and you're holding your tongue when you shouldn't be. This is either communication or inspiration or thoughts. In reverse, I always see it as the would'ves, could've, should'ves, what ifs. The negative what ifs, none of the good what ifs. Not the what if this succeeds, it's the what if this fails. What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do this? What if I should have been able to do it? I could have been able to blah blah blah, okay? Whatever you're not working on anymore, forget it. Just forget it. Keep the skills you learned from it, but forget what didn't work, because that's not what matters now. Keep it in mind in terms of how you can make it work in the future in your newest endeavor, but not in terms of, oh no, these are all of the reasons why I failed. That's not going to get you anywhere, Aquarius. You're smarter than that, because you've been giving into something that doesn't help you. And you're starting to realize it wasn't the best idea, and that happens. But we've got the 10 of Cups in reverse here. So it may have also felt like you had no one to share it with when you were succeeding. It may just feel like there was a lot of resistance from the people around you. That's what I'm getting. There was resistance from people around you. And there may still be resistance on your latest endeavor, but screw 'em. Screw 'em. It looks like it's going to go well, although we do have the Empress in reverse. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Just because you don't know 100% what you're doing doesn't mean you can't do it. And with that Queen of Swords you had, I mean, look to somebody who may be able to help you. Look for somebody with a little more knowledge. Maybe you need to train at what you do. Maybe there's some sort of class you can take, or even just a little advice from a friend. But the thing is, you have to take that advice, because in the past you weren't listening to any of this resistance, and sometimes the resistance we receive is really in our best interest, is really somebody just trying to help out with a couple ideas. It may have even just been suggestions on how to improve things that you weren't really taking because you didn't trust them. But you're going to come out on top, and you're going to see how many options you have, finally. And yeah, losing whatever you were working on in the past it's not fun, but without this Tower moment, you'll never realize that you can come out of this coffin. You can work with other people. You can seek help outside of what you're doing, and you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. You can learn from others. That's what I'm getting here. You can learn from others. You need to get a little help, not in a bad way. And it may benefit you to work with other people on this. This could be a collaborative effort that you're not seeing that will seriously bring you to the next level. And we have this card of madness, but it's not madness in a bad way. It's madness in finding joy in what you do, throwing yourself into it happily, allowing bliss and excitement into your life, getting excited about something. So you are getting excited about something, because you're out of here, you're out of that coffin, you're out of it, you're into the star energy. You're looking up, you're breaking the chains, like I said. So you're looking at things that can make you happy. And then you have love conquers all. Now this is also self-love, and this is also recognizing the people who are of benefit to you and how they can help you either learn to love yourself, learn to love your situation, or just find happiness. Because we can love a lot of things, and we can love our life. And I think that's the main thing here, is learning to love your life and what you make of it. That's a great thing to manifest on this new moon. Because again, this is a new moon reading for the new moon in Pisces. Then you have Men in Black in reverse, which is always good. So rather than, you know, stalking, intimidation, and confrontation, and people kind of on your ass, judging every single move, you have people who are walking with you, and you want them to. And that's what we want to see. It's more of a collaboration. You're not intimidated by this, you're accepting of it, and you're working with it, and you're being brave. It's not confrontation anymore, it's collaboration. And that doesn't necessarily mean you need to allow these people to take over everything or have them involved in every single thing you do, but it is useful to have, you know, a couple people on your side and listen to some advice from them, because sometimes they have good advice, and, you know, leave the rest. It's just like any general reading, really. That's how you should take advice. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So, that's what I got for you, Aquarius. And a little more shameless self-promotion. If you're new here or returning and haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Helps me pick up on your energies. Lovely to see you again. If you'd like a personal reading for any particular reason, it's in the description box, etc., etc. Alright, so I'll see you on Friday for a love reading. Bye, Aquarius!